Leopard Gecko. Most people assume every gecko can run straight up a pane of glass. The leopard gecko breaks that rule completely. Its toes carry no sticky pads, no tiny hooks, nothing that grips smooth surfaces. Instead, it relies on claws built for scratching through sand and rock across the dry hills of Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Iran. At night, it hunts crickets and beetles along the desert floor, moving low and steady rather than scaling walls like its cousins do. One detail sets it apart even further: real eyelids. Blink and you'll miss it, but this gecko can actually close its eyes, something most of the gecko family cannot do at all. Its tail tells a story too. Thick, spotted, and shaped almost like a second head, it works as a fat reserve for lean seasons. Lose it in a fight with a predator, and a new one grows back, just shorter and stubbier than the original. Tokay Gecko. A man in rural Thailand once heard a sound so loud coming from his ceiling that he assumed someone had broken in. It was a Tokay Gecko, calling out its own name in a barking "Tokay, Tokay" that can carry through an entire house. Growing over a foot long, this blue-gray lizard covered in orange spots ranks among the largest geckos on Earth, and among the most short-tempered. Corner it and it won't run. It bites, hard enough to draw blood, and holds on rather than letting go. For years, unverified claims spread that its body held healing properties for serious illness, and the rumor fueled a wave of illegal capture across Southeast Asia. Researchers never found evidence to support any of it. What the Tokay actually offers is far simpler: a top-tier pest controller, silently clearing houses of cockroaches and moths every single night. Crested Gecko. For nearly a decade, scientists listed this animal as extinct. Then, in 1994, after a tropical storm tore through the forests of New Caledonia, researchers stumbled onto something they didn't expect to find again: crested geckos, alive and thriving in the island's canopy. It turned out they had never vanished at all, just stayed hidden in trees few people had reason to climb. Look closely at one today and you'll notice it has no eyelids. To keep its eyes clean, it simply licks them, a habit that looks almost comical up close. Fine spines run above each eye like a row of eyelashes, giving the species its name. And if a predator grabs its tail, the gecko drops it and walks away. Here's the twist: unlike most of its relatives, that tail never grows back. Day Gecko. Why would a gecko choose to hunt in broad daylight when nearly every other species on the family tree hides until dark? The Madagascar Day Gecko does exactly that, and its bright green skin, dusted with flecks of red, isn't built for hiding. It's built to be seen, soaking up sunlight while it forages among leaves and flowers. Its feet hold the real secret. Millions of microscopic, hair-like structures line each toe, gripping surfaces through a molecular force so fine it works on glass, on smooth bark, even hanging upside down. That same design now inspires gecko-style adhesives that engineers are still studying today. Its tongue does double duty as well, lapping nectar from flowers the way a hummingbird would, quietly turning this reptile into an accidental pollinator across the forests it calls home. Web-Footed Gecko. In the Namib Desert, most animals spend their lives fighting to escape the heat and the endless dryness. The web-footed gecko does something almost no other reptile bothers with. It licks fog straight off its own eyeballs to survive. Its skin is so thin and pale, you can see the outline of organs beneath it, and its eyes are enormous, built to gather every scrap of light once darkness falls. Its feet are webbed, not for swimming, but for walking across loose, shifting dune sand without sinking with each step. When coastal fog rolls in overnight, it becomes this animal's only real source of water in a place that can go months without rain. By sunrise, the gecko is already back underground, waiting out the heat until the fog returns. Flying Gecko. You're walking through a Southeast Asian rainforest at night, flashlight in hand, when a patch of tree bark suddenly peels itself away and glides past your shoulder. It isn't bark at all. It's a flying gecko, flattening its body and stretching thin flaps of skin along its sides, tail, and webbed feet to catch the air. It can't fly the way a bird does, but it can glide several meters between trunks, turning a fall into a controlled escape from whatever is hunting it below. Its mottled brown and gray skin mimics bark so precisely that it can sit motionless inches from a passing animal and go completely unnoticed. Only when danger closes in does it leap, unfolding a shape built for one purpose: vanishing into open air.